Hello students, in our today's lecture we are starting the unit number 3 bank account of the corporate accounting. So in the corporate accounting in a bank account we are going to solve the various sums. First we start with the practical related with the interest on a doubtful debts. So before we start, let's understand what is the interest on doubtful debts. Interest on doubtful debts or loans. What do you mean by the doubtful loans? We have a bank given loan to the account holders, but it will not recover within the time limit, right? So it's known as a doubtful loans, right? So on the basis of that, on the doubtful loans, the interest may be received or may not be received, right? So for the interest that are not going to receive by the bank, right? So we cannot transfer to the interest account, but whenever we transfer into the P&L account, it is considered as income, but it is not income yet received. It might be received or it might not be received, right? So for that we have to go and prepare a one account. Now name is interest suspense account. The special kind of account are we prepare for this kind of the doubtful loans, and the interest on that of the particular loans transfer to the interest suspense account. Just because we cannot transfer to the interest account, if we transfer on the interest account, then it considered as an income, but it yet not receive that income, right? So we are making the interest suspense account. There are specific journal entries of the interest on a doubtful loans. So which are this? The entry number 1, when the interest accrued whose recovery is doubtful, we think that the time limit is over, then it is considered as a doubtful asset, and then we have to transfer it and make a general entries like this. When we found that there is a doubtful asset, then we can generalize as merchant's loan account debit to interest suspense account. Then in the second year, the amount received from the merchant, if the sum of the amount we can receive it, suppose 50 paisa or 70 paisa can be recovered from that merchant, so we can generalize this like this: cash account debit to merchant account credit. But when the amount of the loan are not recovered now, written off, if we find the sum of the amount will not be recovered, we consider as a bad debts, right? So we write down the bad debt account debit to merchant account credit. Then amount of income of the interest is also received, and some of the interest will not be received. So interest suspense account debit to interest account, which is amount received, and the merchant's loan account, which amount is not received. We easily understand by the examples. The amount of amount received, it is transferred to the P&L account, just interest account debit to P&L account. Understood? There are basic 5 entries in the kind of the interest on a doubtful debts. Let's understand with the illustration, so you can write down with the basic calculation, right? So illustration number 5. Carefully understand this. While closing the books of account, Smruti Commercial Bank Limited on the 31st March 2012, it was found in the loan lender that unsecured balance of rupees 1 lakh and overdraft 50,000. So there are two kind of loans is there: 1 lakh unsecured loans and overdraft 50,000. In the account of the merchant Shri Pankaj Bhai, who is that merchant? Pankaj Bhai, whose financial position was reported to be bad, and we consider is a 1,50,000 as a doubtful debt, and the interest was charged on the same amount is 12.5% of the year ending 31st March. On the 31st May 2011, the bank accepts 70 paisa in the rupee of the account of the total debt of the Pankaj Bhai on the 31st March 2012 and settle his account. From the above transaction, prepare are following accounts in the bank: Pankaj Bhai account, interest suspense account and interest account. Right? We are doing along with the journal entries and then we will prepare the various accounts. So let's start. Illustration number 5. Whose merchant is Pankaj Bhai? Pankaj Bhai is there. So total amount loan is 1 lakh rupees for unsecured loan and 50,000 overdraft. Total 1,50,000 rupees is doubtful debt or doubtful loan. Right? So we have to cover the 1,50,000 from the Pankaj Bhai. Right? And along with the interest. So interest is equals to 1,50,000 into 12.5%. We have given a loan of rupees 1,50,000. So bank will charge the interest also. So 12.5%. So 1,50,000 into 12.5%. It will come 18,750. Right? Total 1,50,000 with interest 18,750. Total we have to recover 1,68,750 from the Pankaj Bhai. Right? But it is now doubtful debts, so we can recover only 70 paisa. That means out of 100% we can only recover the 70%. So 70% on the amount of loan. So 1,50,000 into 70%. 1,05,000 we can recover as a part of the capital and then 70% on interest. So 18,750 total interest we have to recover. Out of that we only receive a 70%. So 18,750 into 70%. It will come 13,125. Understood? There are basic necessary calculation were needed. Right? Now let's start the journal entries. First journal entry, when we found that there is a Pankaj Bhai is a doubtful debt. So the interest on that we are transferred to the interest suspense account. Right? Interest on the doubtful loan we have transferred to interest suspense account. So first journal entry is Pankaj Bhai account debit to interest suspense account. How much rupees? So total interest is 18,750. So 18,750. Right? Now journal entry number 2. When 70% amount will be recovered, right? So out of how much total rupees we get? 1,05,000 plus 13,125. Total amount we have received is 1,18,125. Right? So we can receive. So we have received a cash. So cash account debit of rupees 1,18,125 to Pankaj Bhai account. Who is paying? Pankaj Bhai is paying 1,18,125. Understood? first we have the journal entry for the interest of the doubtful debt transferred to the interest suspense account. Then whatever cash amount received from the Pankaj Bhai account, there is entry. Third entry, remaining amount considered as a bad debts, right? So first we have to write down the capitals. What considered as a bad debts? Only the difference in a capital. So 1,50,000 minus 1,05,000. 45,000 considered as a bad debts. So write down the journal entry. Bad debts account debit 45,000 to Pankaj Bhai account. 45,000. Right? Now, fourth entry, interest suspense account debit. How much is 18,750? Out of which we have received 13,150. Right? So it transferred to the interest account. To interest account. How much is 13,125? Remaining transfer to the Pankaj Bhai account. $18,750 total outstanding interest, out of which we have received 13,125. Remaining 5,600 will not be received from the Pankaj Bhai, right? So we have credited to the Pankaj Bhai account. Now whatever amount we have received, we are transferring to the P&L account. So final entry will be interest account debit 13,125 to profit and loss account 13,125. Understood? These 5 journal entries we have to make. First is transfer to total interest transfer to the interest suspense account. Second thing is whenever we received the amount from the merchant. So here merchant is Pankaj Bhai. So out of the 70% we have received, so it's transferred to the cash account, and the 30% we may not receive. So it's considered as a bad debts, right? And the total out of suspense account at the end of the year we are going to close it. So whichever amount we have received, it is known as the interest and transferred to the interest account, and the 5,625 will not be received. It is in a Pankaj Bhai account. And at the end of the year, the total interest transferred to the P&L account, bank's P&L account. Understood? On the basis of this 5 entries, we are going to ledger posting the various accounts. We have to make 3 accounts: Pankaj Bhai account, interest suspense account, and interest account. Right? So let's formulate. There is a Pankaj Bhai account, interest suspense account, and interest account. So let's start with the balance brought down. First, Pankaj Bhai account, balance brought down. Amount is 1,50,000 loan amount, right? And 18,750 interest suspense account. To balance brought down 18,750. Now let's start with the ledger posting. First, Pankaj Bhai account debit 18,750 to interest suspense account credit 18,750. In the Pankaj Bhai account, let's debit the 18,750 in the way of the interest suspense account. And the second entry in the credit side of the interest suspense account, 18,750 by Pankaj Bhai account. Right? Then second entry, cash account debit to Pankaj Bhai account credit. So here cash account debit. So here we will write down cash account 1,18,125 by cash account. Third entry, bad debts account debit to Pankaj Bhai account credit. So we are not making the bad debts account, so one effect will be in the credit side of the Pankaj Bhai. So 45,000 bad debts account. Right? Now third entry, interest suspense account debit 18,750, out of which interest account is 13,125 and the Pankaj Bhai account credit 5,625. So first we write down the interest suspense account debit side. So interest suspense account debit side, first to interest account 13,125 and to Pankaj Bhai account 5,625, right? And in the interest account we have to credit 13,125 and the Pankaj Bhai 5,625. So 5,625 in the interest suspense account, and in the interest account will be credited 13,125 by Pankaj Bhai account. Hope you all know how to ledger post the various journal entries. Now the final entry is interest account debit to P&L account credit. So total amount 13,125 to P&L account. Right? Let's close the account. One lakh 50,000 plus 18,750. It will come 1,68,750. 1,18,125 minus 45,000 minus 561. The amount account will be tally. Now the interest suspense account. Let's close down by balance carry forward 18,750. Close the account. 18,750, 18,750. Now here also it is get closed. 13,125, 13,125. Understood? There is a illustration number 5. For the practice work, you have to do a practical number 2, Vanzara Commercial Bank, practical number 3, Central Bank of India, practical number 4, Bank of Baroda, Sri Amit was a merchant, and the 11th B, Miss Sheetal from the customer of the Bank of Baroda. Understood? Now we are understanding the rebate on bill discounted and related to the sums, right? What do you mean by the rebate on a bill discounted? What do you mean? That means the rebate on a bill discounted whenever the bank accept the bills and which are not matured yet at the end of the year, known as rebate on bill discounting. Suppose on the date of the January, the 4 months bill are accepted, right? But at the end of the year, that means in the March, these bills are not yet mature. So these bills are known as rebate on bill discounted, right? And there are various steps or the journal entries we have to write down on the various dates. So first is on the date of the discounting bills. On the date of discounting bills, whenever bank accept the bills on this date, they will write down the journal entry on the date of the discounting the bills. What will be the journal entries? Bill discounted in purchase account debit to customer account and to interest and discount account, right? Then on the date of the balance sheet, at the end of the year they will make a balance sheet, but that there is some of the bills are yet not matured, so they are transferred to the rebate on bill discounted. So there will be on the balance sheet date, there are two kinds: previous year and current year. There are two kinds of the data will be there on the related to the rebate on a bill discounting. On the previous year's rebate, consider in the current year, right? For example, in a previous year there will be a bill in the January and yet not matured, so we have considered in the previous year, that is it will mature in the next year, right? So previous year's next year is the current year, right? So we have added the rebate on the bill discounting of the previous year, right? And we deduct the current year's rebate. We deduct the current year's rebate for the next year. Are you getting me what I am trying to explain you? There are two kind of rebates. Previous year's rebate is the current year's, and current year's rebate known for the next year, right? So this kind of the dates regarding the bills we have to consider. So previous year's rebate, it's considered for this year. So rebate on a bill discounting get debited and the interest and bank account which is considered in this year. And the current year's rebate on bill discounting, the interest and discount account debited to the rebate on a bill discounting. The totally opposite entries were the previous year's and the current year. Now settlement. Last, net interest transferred to the P&L account. Net interest, we have to settlement which are the previous year and current year, and we settle the amount and the net amount will be transferred to the P&L account. And on the date of the collection of the bill, at the time of the maturity period, we collect the cash. So cash account debit to bills discounted and purchase account credit, right? This 5 to 4 entries we need to write down on the basis of the dates, right? Let's understand with the help of the illustration, then you can easily understand that. Illustration number 6. The Basant Commercial Bank Limited discounted on 1st, that means 1st January 2012. It is customer Pramod's bill for the 4 month of the 60,000. The bank charged discount of 50% per annum. The income on the amount of the interest and discount for the year 2011 and 12, the amount at rupees 35,85,850. Give the journal entries on the bank on the following dates. First, on the date of the balance discounting the bills, on the date of the balance sheet, on the date of the collection, right? So on the 3 dates we have to write down the journal entry. Before that we have to do a basic calculation. So let's start illustration number 6. The bills are accepted on the date of the 1st 2012. That means in the January, and our financial year end with the 31st March 2012. Right? There is a 4-month bills. So January, February, March and April, it end up with in the April, but our year closed in the March. So it is known as a rebate on bill discounting. But how much interest when we are going to calculate? The bill amount is 60,000 rupees, right? Discount is 15% for the 4 months. It is going to come 6,000, right? But in 4th month, 3 months are considered in our current year, but only 1 month, April, is not going to cover in our year, right? So we have to separate the 1 month. So 6,000 divided by 4, it will come 750 per month, right? So for first 3 years, for the January, February and March, we get the 750 per month. But in the April, it's not considered in our current year. So in the 750 rupees, it is called is rebate on bill discounted. Understood? Yet not expired the limit. Let's write down the journal entries. First, on the date of discounting the bills. When we or a bank accept the bills. So what will be the journal entry? We are accepting the bills. So bills discounted and purchase account debit rupees 60,000 to Pramod current account. How much rupees? There is a total. Here the amount will come 3,000. Amount will come 3,000, and 3,000 divided by 4, it will come 750. So when bank accept the 60,000 rupees bill, it will deduct the 3,000 rupees of discount and the 57,000 given as a bill. So it will given to the Pramod current account 57,000 and remaining is the discount. So interest and discount is rupees 3,000. This is a general entry on the date of when the bank accept the bill, right? On the second entry, on the date of balance sheet, right? So current year's 750 rupees amount of rupees 750 is not covered in our current year. So let's transfer to the rebate. So interest and discount account debit 750 to rebate on bills discounted rupees 750. Understood? And final amount received. So total amount interest and debenture account, total interest will transfer to the P&L account. So interest and discount account debit to P&L account. But how much amount that on the balance is given? I'm calculating here. 35,85,850. minus 750. Which are the 750? This one. These are not covered in our current year. So we have to deduct a 750. We get the 35,85,100. 35,85,100. Understood? Now the last on the date of collection. The 60,000 amount we have to given the bills of rupees 60,000 and we get the 60,000 rupees. So cash account debit 60,000 to bills discounted and purchase account credit of rupees 60,000. Understood? There are total 1, 2, 3, 4 journal entries on the date of the discounting the bills, on the date of the balance sheet, and on the date of the collection. Right? And for the practice work, you have to do a practical number 5, Prutha Commercial Bank, and practical number 7, Mr. Prem, a merchant. Right? Practical number 5 and practical number 7. The remaining sum we will solve in the next lecture. Thank you.